Most YouTubers eventually reach a point where their growth slows down. They hit a wall, a limit to how big they can get. They may have millions of subscribers, packed live events, viral videos, and even sold out theaters. But no matter how huge they become, there's always a ceiling, a boundary they can't break through. And then there's Speed. With IShowSpeed, it's different. What he's experiencing isn't just influencer fame. It's not just about streaming or YouTube numbers. It feels historic. The type of fame that doesn't just stay online, but spills out into the real world, shutting down entire streets, airports, and cities. Think of Michael Jackson in the 80s or the Beatles in the 60s. When they appeared in public, crowds went wild, thousands of people screaming just to see them for a few seconds. That same type of hysteria, decades later, started following a teenager named Darren Watkins, better known as IShowSpeed. One moment he was just another streamer. The next, he was a global figure causing chaos everywhere he went. But here's the craziest part. All of this, the stadium-sized crowds, the worldwide tours, the record-breaking streams began with something unbelievably small. A simple donation, £1, 79 pence. Back in March 2022, Speed was already growing fast. At just 17 years old, he had built a loyal fan base of around 6 million subscribers. People loved his wild energy, his unpredictable personality, and the fact that he was completely unfiltered. You never knew what he was going to do next, which made every stream exciting. Then, during one of his live streams, a random viewer named Bradley donated £1.79 through Super Chat and asked a simple question. What football team do you support? Speed answered without thinking too much. Cristiano Ronaldo, SUI. Just few words. A funny reaction. Nobody, not Speed, not Bradley, not the viewers realized what had just happened. That moment would change Speed's life forever. You see, this wasn't about American football. This was about the world's game. In the United States, when people say football, they mean the NFL, Super Bowls, tailgates, Tom Brady. But outside of America, football means something completely different. It's soccer, and it's more than just a sport. It's a global religion. It lives in the streets of Brazil, where barefoot kids kick makeshift balls, dreaming of becoming the next Neymar. It's in the packed alleyways of Paris, the crowded neighborhoods of Lagos, the beaches of Thailand. Football isn't just played, it's lived. And when Speed shouted SUE with Ronaldo's name, that clip broke out of the American bubble and spread to the rest of the world. TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, everywhere. It exploded like a grenade. Overnight, millions of football fans who had never even heard of Speed suddenly knew his face and his voice, and they loved it. To give you some perspective, the Super Bowl, one of America's biggest events, brings in around 115 million viewers. Huge, right? But the 2022 FIFA World Cup final was watched by over 1.5 billion people, and across the entire tournament, more than 5 billion tuned in. That little donation wasn't just a donation. It was a golden ticket, giving Speed access to the largest audience in the world. So, what did he do? He picked up a soccer ball for the very first time, started streaming FIFA, and threw himself into football culture. He mispronounced players' names, screamed at every pack opening, and celebrated every goal like it was the Champions League final. The football world didn't just notice him, they embraced him, not just for his gameplay, but for the chaos and pure entertainment he brought to every stream. And at the heart of it all was one man, Cristiano Ronaldo. To millions of fans, Ronaldo isn't just a footballer, he's a symbol of greatness. With over 1 billion followers across social media, he's one of the most famous people on earth, bigger than almost any musician, actor, or influencer. Speed didn't just like Ronaldo, he worshipped him. The streams became memes, the memes became music videos, the music videos turned into tattoos. Ronaldo wasn't just a favorite player anymore, he was Speed's entire brand, and that obsession drove Speed to chase a dream, meeting Ronaldo in person. What started as a fun wish quickly turned into a mission. Speed began traveling the world, flying to matches and events, desperately hoping to meet his idol. He screamed Ronaldo's name from stadium seats, ran through airports, and streamed every moment to millions of viewers who were cheering him on from home. But every time he failed to meet Ronaldo, the hunger only grew stronger. Fans weren't just watching anymore, they were emotionally invested. It became a collective goal. Speed had to meet Ronaldo. As Speed kept chasing his dream, something else happened. He noticed the energy in other countries was completely different from back home in Ohio. Crowds weren't just excited to see him, they were overwhelmed. When Speed showed up in a city, thousands of people appeared instantly, all fighting for a chance to see him. By the summer of 2024, Speed decided to take this global connection to the next level. He announced his first official tour, 18 countries in just 30 days. Germany, Poland, the UK, Albania, every stop became pure chaos. Fans chased car through traffic, sprinted for miles, and swarmed him wherever he went. In country after country, Speed's subscriber count skyrocketed. 25 million, 26 million, 27 million. Numbers that take most YouTubers a lifetime to reach. Speed was hitting every few weeks, but with this level of fame came real danger. In Norway, things spiraled out of control. The crowd grew so massive, so quickly, that Speed and his team were completely trapped inside the small souvenir shop. There was no way out. The situation became so intense that the police had to intervene just to get him to safety. And that's when Speed learned a hard lesson. This wasn't just fun chaos anymore. Without serious planning, people could get hurt. From then on, every tour stop required security teams, escape routes, multiple cars, even decoys to confuse the crowd. What viewers saw on stream was only the surface. Behind the scenes, there was a whole operation keeping things under control. Then came Southeast Asia. Most American stars don't think about this region. When celebrities go international, they usually stick to London, Paris, Tokyo, maybe Sydney, but Speed went deeper to the Philippines, Vietnam, Thailand, Indonesia. In places where fans rarely get to see someone of his level, the anticipation was through the roof. And the result? Absolute madness. In Jakarta, during a live stream, Speed did something no English-speaking streamer had ever done before. He broke the 1 million concurrent viewers mark, 1 million people watching him live at the exact same time. By the end of 2024, Speed wasn't just a big streamer. He was a global icon, touring continents, meeting legends like Manny Pacquiao, eating local foods, crashing tuk-tuks, creating viral moments every single day. And finally, he achieved what few ever could, winning Streamer of the Year, cementing his place at the very top of the industry. But through all the fame, Speed stayed grounded. He often spoke about his family, his dad who supported him, his mom who didn't always understand but cared deeply. He reminded his audience that behind the cameras and the chaos, he's just a human being trying to make people smile. As he looks forward to 2025, Speed talks about improving his content, becoming more mature while staying true to himself, and pushing the limits of what a streamer can do. Because when it's all said and done, Speed doesn't just want to be remembered as a YouTuber. He doesn't just want to be remembered as a streamer. He wants to go down in history as the greatest content creator to ever live.